Hi, we're talking to Lynn Langton today about the latest report out of the Bureau of Justice Statistics. Tell us a little bit about what this latest report found.
Sure. Well, BJS has been collecting data through the NCVS, the National Crime Victimization Survey on Hate Crime, since 2003.
And tell us about this National Crime Victimization Survey. What exactly is that?
Well, it's a survey that's been going on in some form since the 1970s. Most recently, it was redesigned in 1990s. And it was designed to serve as the counter to the FBI official statistics collected through the UCR. Because there was a realization that crimes are not reported to the police. There's this hidden figure of crime. And so a self-report survey.
For people who don't know, uses reported crimes as opposed to crimes that a victim might experience but not report.
Correct. A certain number of crimes go unreported to the police. And the NCVS, the National Crime Victimization Survey, was designed to capture those crimes.
Well, this is a massive survey. Tell us what you found.
It's a massive survey. Well, so the reason I noted that it's been going on since 2003 is that actually we found a lot of consistency in hate crime over time. So the findings in this report are not going to be that striking compared to the findings in previous BJS reports. There are some important things though, and I think the big thing out of this is the level of crime that goes unreported to the police and the comparison between the NCVS and the UCR. And it's been consistent over time that more than 50% of crime goes unreported to the police for hate crime goes unreported to the police.
And how many households do you interview and how do you go about doing that?
Sure. So we currently, in 2016, are interviewing about 100,000 households, about 200,000 people ages 12 or older. The survey is conducted by the U.S. Census Bureau on behalf of the Bureau of Justice Statistics. The interviews are done in person and over the phone. It's a nationally representative sample.
Do you include cell phones too?
Well, it's an address-based survey. So
okay.
it's household. We go to the household and then we interview all persons 12 or older.
Go to the home?
We go to the home in person. The first interview is in person. Subsequent interviews are over the phone once we get a phone number and make contact.
And so what are some of the other findings that came out in this very interesting study of yours?
Well, so the comparison, again, between the NCVS and the UCR is striking. So what we find in the NCVS is that there's about 250,000 hate crimes per year.
So 250,000 hate crimes annually average over the last decade or so, more than a decade. Mm-hmm. Compared to the last year for the FBI, it was 5,850.
Somewhere around there, that's right.
Wow, why the disparity?
Well, again, a large part is because of reporting to the police. So if the police don't know about the crimes, they're not captured by official police statistics. But then we also ask victims, we require in the NCVS, we're not just asking people if they believe the crime was motivated by bias and what type, we also ask them if they have any evidence that it was. And there are 3 types of evidence that we require to count it as a hate crime in the NCVS. The offender either had to use hate language, they left hate symbols at the scene, or it was confirmed by a police investigator that it was a hate crime. And so we also look at those crimes that were confirmed by a police investigator, and that's a really small portion. So even after people report, you see a big drop in those that are actually confirmed by police to be hate crimes.
And with regard to the groups that are targeted, there's some consistency with the FBI Uniform Crime Report data, but there's some divergence.
Yeah, that's correct.
Could you close with telling us about that?
Sure. So, like the FBI, we see that racial bias is the biggest motivator for hate crime, the biggest motivation.
Do you know what percentage that was?
For the NCVS, it's about 50% of hate crimes, but we have seen that declining over time.
As with the FBI, for instance, African Americans are now at about 29.8%.
That's correct. And we've seen a big increase in crimes motivated by gender and gender identity. We've also seen higher percentages motivated by sexual orientation bias, disability bias. So those are the groups that are increasing based on the NCVS.
Wow. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about this excellent study of yours, Dr. Langton?
Well, the report is available on the website,
and
the
what is
BJS
that
website, www.bjs.gov. And I will also say that all of the data from the National Crime Victimization Survey are publicly available. And we are going to be holding a a session at the American Society of Criminology meeting in the fall to help train people on using the data, because it's a really rich source of information. And we have 5 statisticians in the victimization unit, so we can't possibly analyze it all. And
well, it's a wonderful set of research you're doing. Thank you so much for talking to us today here in Washington, D.C. with your brand new report.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.